pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
and of the things we think, say, and do.
Is the truth, is it fair to all concerned, will it build goodwill and better friendships, will it be beneficial to all concerned.
Christy, can I call on you for the Sergeant at Arms report?
Good morning, everybody. We have 43 members in attendance this morning. We have 2 guest Rotarians. We have Carrie Pale, visiting from the Greensboro Club.
Give it Carrie.
And Lawrence Mann is with us this morning.
Lauren.
All right, Lauren.
And we have 3 guests visiting this morning. We have Judy has a guest. Would you like to introduce Cheryl?
This is Cheryl Bradford, and she's with the Community Housing Solutions.
Dan Quinn.
Miss Katie has struggled through yet another year at Wake Forest and leaves us tomorrow for the summer in Scotland, Ireland, so this is our last breakfast together.
And lastly, Tom Phoenix.
This is my little sister, Margaret Agee, and she lives down in South Carolina, and she is also a Rotarian, so this is a makeup for her.
All right.
Thanks, Christy. Cheryl, nice to have you with us. Katie, nice to have you, and safe travels and a great summer in Scotland. There, Margaret, Carrie, nice to have you all visiting with us, and Lawrence, always good when you stop by. Let's see, Rick, Martin, there you go. You move tables on me, Rick. How about the birthdays and anniversaries?
I like to move joy around.
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure they're all saying that. Good morning. We do have a couple of anniversaries and things going on here. No birthdays this week. Club anniversaries. Mike Allen, know you're here.
Yes.
Oh, you moved on me. Yeah, Mike, club anniversary. How many you got with us, buddy?
I would guess maybe 25.
I think maybe you are right. Way to go. Let's give him a hand. And Michael Hunt. Almost as many. I think it is. Yes, sir. Way to go. Good job. And Mark Luttrell, unless he walked in the last minute, is not here.
Mark is not here.
His lovely bride. Kim is having a birthday this week. You guys see her, you remember her. And wedding anniversaries. One, Rick Martin.
How many?
How many Rick is? Well, let me look down here and see. This is the big one. What do you get for your 75th wedding anniversary? Come on,
Probably a wooden box.
never mind that one. My lovely wife and I, she's going to get an award for putting up with me this long. I'm not sure what it is. 50 big ones. 50 big ones.
Rick, congratulations. That's great. Let's see, Matthew, let's start off and go through some announcements.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Everybody have a good short week. It's almost over, so that's a good part. Saturday, 9 o'clock, Camp Carefree, 127 Carefree Lane. I've written it in emails so many times, I practically just know it all. All we're going to be doing so far is just ceiling tiles. I think that's what we're going to be doing. It sounds easy and simple, but every single one of them except for 2, we're going to have to cut twice, which means we got to cut the edges to fit down, so it will be time consuming. And we will need more volunteers. We have about 5, 6, which is good for a good crew, but the more the better, because I'd like to be late in the afternoon. I don't want to be there past 12. So if you could come, it'd be fantastic. Another email comes today with the link. I hope to see everybody there. Thank you.
Bring a box cutter and straight edge.
Box cutter, straight edge, and a ladder.
You need cutters and hander uppers. And please watch the box cutters. I don't want to have to fill out an OSHA report for the club. And you probably don't even have any bandages on the truck, so just everybody be careful. David Lillard, can I invite you down real quick?
Yeah.
I want to preface this, you know, at district conference, we were charged with coming up with a video about one of our projects that we do. And in fact, not all 50 clubs got the invitation. Only 8 clubs got the invitation to prepare and present something at the district conference. We were one of the 8 that was chosen out of 50. And David's firm graciously helped us put together a video. And good grief, Jeff, how many times did we try, Dan, did we try to get this thing together? Handful of times.
And Bob shot the,
Thankfully, Bob shot the
Sure we
video.
shout out to Bob.
And David did the magic to make it all work out. You want to comment on that?
Thank you to you guys. I mean, you know, I just worked with what I had. So, I mean, great footage, you know, great event, and, you know, great recording.
So this is a sneak peek for everyone that attended district conference that had never heard of pig stock or been to a pig stock. This is a great overview. It's a great reminder of what's coming up in November. So pay attention. Let's let it roll.
Hi, this is Dan Quinn with Gate City Rotary. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, so I'm happy to share this short video from Pig Stock 2018. Enjoy. So what we have to do is find me at conference and tell me your club wants to come be a part of this. We're looking for other Rotary clubs to cook. We had about 14 last year. We've got room for plenty more. There are probably 100 people in this room that have actually been to Pig Stock. If you're president-elect, go find one of these folks and ask them how it's affected their club, the esprit de corps that it's built, and the way it's engaged their new members. There's going to be somebody that tells you it's the best Rotary day of the year for them. So that's it, November 2nd, Shooting Star Farm, 12 to 5, Pleasant Garden. And if for no other reason, you want to come out and watch Claudia Kennedy tear into ribs like a velociraptor.
That is it. What a great David, you made Gate City Rotary look so good. Now it does a fabulous job. Thank you for bringing that. Sure.
Thanks for the opportunity.
That's great. And Dan, what a great, you know, that pig stock originated with Gate City Rotary. That's us. What you saw came out of this room. Appreciate your leadership on that. And Shipper, don't we usually get an armload of trophies to take home at the end?
Well, we do. We try to. We try to get all we can get. So, and last year we just missed by a couple of dollars that the most coveted trophy, the People's Choice, and that has to do with how much money we raised. And they wouldn't let me throw in the extra $10 at the end. But next year we'll get them.
There we go. And every once in a while we try to leave a trophy for someone else to win. But what a great event. Again, November we'll have reminders as we go along through the year. Any other announcements for the good of the club? Tony.
I'll be sending out the sign-up genius this morning for the change in the guard. Again, that's June 26th at Star Mountain Forest Country Club. Our selections are due by the 19th, so just expect that this morning.
Thank you. Any others? Walt? I'm going to turn it over to you.
This morning
Whoa, I'm jumping the gun. Okay, this is what happens when you leave the agenda on the counter at the house and run out the door. So I was making coffee for my wife, and I thought, this is the right thing to do, slow to get the coffee, and I looked at a piece of paper and walked out the door.
Yeah, happy dollars.
All right. Happy dollars.
I signed up to go back to Guatemala with Max this year. He's been harassing me for the last month or two, and I'd love a team of Rotarians to go with me. It'd be great to have our own team. A lot of Rotarians have been, so think about it. It's October 19th that week.
What are you doing?
We put in stoves in 9 Indian homes and give them water filters and vitamins and a lot of training on health issues.
It's been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
For our club, we've supported it forever.
Yeah.
All right, my son Sean, this is a shout out for an industrious kid who got out of college in 3 years. If you're working, or if you're going to a game like Thursday, Sean's the guy on the rickshaw pedaling, so he's there Thursday, Friday, Saturday downtown. If you see a big 200-pound kid on a bike, that's him. Flag him down and you can tip him.
So just thank you to the club for letting us borrow the grill this past weekend, and thank you to Chip for showing us how to use it so we didn't catch ourselves on fire. We got to serve 80 people, 80 adults and kids at Joyner Elementary. Great event, just having everybody from the community over just to get to know us, to get to know them. It's just a fantastic event for our church that we're working on. So thank you.
So I think I've developed a reputation for my propensity for faux pas and misnomers, and what are the odds as a realtor that I would get a sort of problematic deal involving 3 Clarences of all things? So please pray for me on this one.
This is an update. We had a golf tournament a couple of weeks ago for children of Vietnam, and as everybody in the club knows, we've been supporting these young ladies from Vietnam for 7 years now. We started in 6th grade, and the golf tournament sort of picked up where a district grant had started to fund these young ladies. When they were in 6th grade, we were afraid that they were in danger of trafficking and that sort of thing. So we sort of took them under our wing, and we mentored them, and we tutored them, and we provided books and everything they needed to get through high school. With some generosity in this club, we raised a little over $8,000 with like 30 guys out golfing. So it's a really successful day. 23 of the 25 young ladies will be starting college this fall, thanks to you guys. Well done.
Wow.
Wow.
A couple weeks ago, I reported that Wilder had started his first job, and the night before he went to his first day at work, he drove down there. It's about 20 miles from his apartment to the place where he works at International Paper. He got stopped for speeding, and he talked his way out of it. And so I get a call 2 days ago. He's been stopped again, but he has on first name basis with the patrolman, and the patrolman let him go the second time. This time in the morning going to work, he said, "But the third time's a charm, Dad." It's a small place down there. Georgetown.
Well, Grandpappy Lewis always used to tell me that fries or salad sums up all the decisions you'll ever make as an adult.
Unfortunate.
Man, last week I couldn't get you guys to shut up just so I could, introduce the speaker. And today, man, it was, I don't know, was it too much melatonin last night or something? I don't know. There's decaf in the 3rd canister. That's the only one. This morning I'm very happy to introduce Clement Mallory. Clement puts on a program called Kids Poetry Basketball. I think he pulled off 14 of those so far. He's a teacher, performance artist, a poet, but mainly what he does is give kids in Greensboro that are really at risk a leg up, and helps them with creative thinking skills,
cognitive abilities, things like that. And apparently it was, he went through a journey to get here this morning, so please give a warm Rotary welcome to Clement Mallard.
Thank you, Mr. Howard. How's everyone doing?
Good.
That sounds great. Lively group of people. Love it. So, Kids Poetry Basketball is a literacy program for kids ages 4 to 13, and we teach them how to read, spell, and identify poetry words while playing basketball. It really does work. We established the program in 2010, and before I get into the program, I want to give a little background of how the program was introduced to me and the reason why I really go all out for the children in the community with Kids Poetry Basketball. Our mission is to, like Walt mentioned, is to develop critical and creative thinking skills. That's the main thing. Even though I say that we teach kids how to read, spell, and identify poetry words while playing basketball, yes, we do that, but our mission is to develop creative and critical thinking skills through literacy and athletics. That's our mission. We want our children to be thinkers, all right, and be creative. In 2009, I left Greensboro. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I actually just got back from New York where the holiday weekend was phenomenal. But I miss Greensboro. I'm so influenced by the city of Greensboro, North Carolina, that my lady friend and I rented a hotel room in Nanuet, New York, upstate in Rockland County toward, it's not upstate New York, but it's across the bridge from Rockland, New York City, Times Squares. And I grew up, I went to a number of group homes growing up. And the reason why I just brought that up because I am very influenced by the scenery in Greensboro and North Carolina. So I wanted her to stay in a place where it's similar. She's from North Carolina. It's similar to where she's used to growing up at. But the other reason why I went there to Nanuet is because I went to a group home. And it's called, in Nanuet, called St. Agatha's Group Home. Being from Brooklyn, I grew up as an autistic child, you know. My eyes were crossed big time. I couldn't speak, I couldn't read. I grew up in a lot of special ed classes, and I went through a lot of group homes in New York. And it was at St. Agatha's that nuns and my Bible conductor at the time, I was baptized as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, and they taught me how to read. You know, I didn't know how to read until I was 17. You know, I dropped out of high school in New York. I went to the best high school. I had a good brain, but I just couldn't get it out. I went to Murray Bertram High School. You know, it's a very popular high school in New York of business careers. But it's because of my experience at St. Agatha's Group Home being taught to read. It's the reason why I was blessed with Kids Poetry Basketball. One of the reasons. And what we do for the children, I'm going to show you some pictures on what we do with the children in regards to giving back. We buy the kids sneakers, jerseys, t-shirts, medals. Been blessed by that with awards of excellence. Miss Susie Keller from the Summit Rotary Group. Blessing us with opportunity, giving us medals to give out to the children. But we also basically give back, and that comes from my experience being in St. Agatha's Group Home, going on clothing allotments, and of course, going to different events they would bless us with. So the literacy aspect of Kids Poetry Basketball is from being blessed as one of, being blessed by nuns and different people teaching me how to read. And then giving back comes from the aspect of people showing love and providing clothing and things for me. So that's the reason why I do what I do, I tell people all the time, I don't do kids poetry basketball for the kids. I don't do kids poetry basketball for the community. I don't do kids poetry basketball for funders. I do kids poetry basketball for God. That's who I do it for. The reason why I do it is completely different. I gave you all the reasons why I do it. It's because of my background. But this is a ministry. It's more than just a literacy program. And that's why a number of our sponsors and one of our sponsors, a great sponsor, is the West Market Methodist Church. They sponsor a number of our events in the community. Unity in Greensboro was another sponsor. Mount Zion is another sponsor. This program is a ministry. The smoke screen is the literacy aspect and the basketball aspect of the program. I just want to let y'all know the background of Kids Poetry Basketball in regards to the spiritual movement of this program. Because a lot of people think it's just a literacy basketball program. It's more than that, all right? It's much more than that. It's much more than that. So in 2009, backtracking just a little bit, in 2009, I left Greensboro to go to, I'm saying a lot of ums, and my girlfriend is like a Toastmaster, and she's like, stop saying ums. A big time Toastmaster. Anyway, I'm gonna try to stop those ums. No. But I like to laugh. In 2009, I left Greensboro. I left my sons. I have 2 sons here. One of them, my oldest son is 20, he goes to UNCG, and my youngest son is 16, he goes to Western Guilford. I grew up without a father. And when I went to New York in 2009 to get my poetry thing on, which worked out well. I performed at the Apollo Theater, a number of plays, and Broadway, a lot of work. And I remember in October, my oldest son said, "Are you leaving us?" And that touched me so heavily, because I never met my father. I never met my father, my biological father. So I left the Broadway plays and all of the opportunities that I was given to come back to Greensboro and be with my sons. And I was blessed with Kids Poetry Basketball because of that. Like, Kids Poetry Basketball is my kids, me being the poetry person I am, and I love playing basketball. That's the whole notion of it, the name. In 2010, I was watching the NBA All-Star game, and I noticed that they have 2 teams, the East and the West. So as a poet, I had, I came up with Team Simile and Team Metaphor. So that's the whole concept behind that. And the whole concept behind the beginning steps of Kids Poetry Basketball involve when a team makes a basket, a letter is shown, and the first team to spell out their poetry word wins. I developed the program from that simple logic. So when you dribble in, you score, there's a number being shown. But in Kids Poetry Basketball, a letter is turned around. And we may have a word, to Team Metaphor's word may be simile. And Team Metaphor's word may be rhyme, and Team Simile's word may be theme. And we would teach them the spelling of it, the definition. They would have to dribble and recite the poems, recite the words and their definition while they're playing basketball. They literally play basketball while reciting poetry. We have over 26 different activities. In regards to presenting kids poetry basketball, it's phenomenal. The kids really enjoy it. We have developed a kids poetry basketball book, a coloring book. It was phenomenal, phenomenal. And it's basically what we go over in the program. It's basically an outline of kids poetry basketball, some of the activities that we have in the program. We actually were blessed to speak with the Summit Rotary Group last week, and they are sponsoring $600 worth of kids poetry basketball books for our children in our summer program, because that's one of the things that we want to do. We want to make sure we put books in the kids' hands. We have been blessed with a number of organizations to bless us with, to give us books to give out to the kids. You know, kids poetry basketball is the only literacy program, kinesthetic program in the globe, in this whole globe. A lot of, if you Google kids basketball and poetry, you will see a number of organizations having the kids play basketball and give them some poetry books. We incorporate both at the same time. The only organization in this whole globe. So the books, basically, we bless the kids with jerseys. These are the type of jerseys, a lot of excitement. This is a word find. We go over this song. I'm going to do the song with y'all if y'all want to help me out. All right? It's called, they love this song. They really love this song. It's called What I Want to Be When I Grow Up. What I'm going to do when I get older. Y'all got that? Yeah. It's what I want to be when I grow up. What I'm going to do when I get older. Yeah, got that? All right, so we teach them that is the chorus, and then I do the rhyme. I want to do the rhyme, but it says, I'm going to do the rhyme for y'all right now. Let's do the chorus real fast. I'm get amped up, all right? Toastmaster. 1, 2, 3, chorus. What I want to be when I grow up. What I want to do when I get older. Come on. What I want to be when I grow up. What? What I want to do when I get older. I'm going to be a doctor, a lawyer, a cop, a fireman. Because I know I can, know I can, know I can. Or just might drive a bus or teach a class. Maybe I'll be a runner, because I can run real fast. And since I'm kind of nice on the mic, I just might be a rapper. Or play a little ball, because I am kind of tall. And since I love to bake and cook, I just might be a chef. But no matter what I'm going to do, I'm going to do my best. And stick to what I know. Yo, chorus, y'all. What I want to be when I grow up. What I want to do when I get older. Let's go. What I want to be when I grow up. What I want to do when I get older. And I would go over that again to check their comprehension. You know, they call it memorizing, but it's reading comprehension. You are able to obtain what you were taught, then that's powerful. We teach the kids all the time. You just can't. We teach the kids that number one way to be successful in life, no matter what you want to do, is to be able to follow directions. There are a number. I tell the kids there are a number of kids that are nice in basketball. They're nice, but the coach would say, you know, go this way, then go this way, and then go this way. They don't go that way. They sit on the bench. Right? No matter what you want to do in life. And we tell the kids it's all about what you want to do. You know, so we go over that. You know, there's pictures. Let me just go through this book real fast. This, the doctor, I'm going to be a doctor, a lawyer, a cop, a fireman, because I know I can, know I can, know I can. Or just might drive a bus or teach a class. Maybe I'll be a runner because I could run real fast. And since I'm kind of nice on the mic, I just might be a rapper. Or play a little ball because I am kind of tall. And since I like to bake and cook, I just might be a chef. But no matter what I'm going to do, I'm going to do my best. And we always ask the kids at the end, what do you want to do? Because sometimes, as parents, we may say, oh, you're so beautiful, you should be a model. But that child wants to be a veterinarian. Right? It's all about what you want to do. We are here to encourage our kids to fulfill their purpose in life. So I always ask that question, and these are some of the answers. We have a poetry, basketball, This word finds are so powerful. We teach the kids basic basketball skills as well. The jump shot, the hook shot. The hook shot is mean. The crossover is mean. The crossover is mean. We got the finger roll, the slam dunk. And like I said, we build, and those are just a few. We build on their critical thinking skills. So this is one of the examples of that. Oh, that's a flyer of our last event. Make 10 words out of the first 13 letters of the alphabet. Then make 10 words out of the last 13 letters of the alphabet. All right, building their critical thinking skills. And they coming up with these words like, wow, okay. We teach basic basketball positions so they know what's going on the court. And we always have team metaphor, team simile, that's the kicker, you know. Different, another artist. We actually performed 2 years ago in 2017 at the Corey Convention Center for the Partnership State of Our Community function. We made front page actually on the news and records. Yeah, for real. But these children doing this event, Unified Progress, and the capture was Say Yes to Guilford received $5.5 million. Y'all remember that? Yeah, okay, cool. We made the front page on that. They actually did that poem. Draw your favorite poet. They never draw me. And draw your favorite basketball player. They always draw Stephen Curry. You are so smart. Now try this. Circle the correct spelling words. Powerful. Can you then now write a sentence using 3 of the correct spelling words? Remember, you start your sentence with a capital letter and you end your sentence with a punctuation mark, a period, a question mark, or exclamation mark. This is powerful right here. It says, super work. I'm so proud of you. That's how I talk to the kids, right? Can you write and then draw 5 things that you love about yourself? One of our other goals is to build self-esteem and self-awareness. All right? So that's the reason why I have that. I always have them say, when I say I love myself, you say I love myself. I love myself.
I love myself.
I love myself.
I love myself.
I love myself.
I love
And you have to give, what do you love about yourself? And some of the kids will say, I like the color blue. No. What do you love about yourself? I'm intelligent. Oh, that's a good thing. I love my nose. I love my hair. You know, and it's not no likes. I like, no. What do you love about yourself? What do you love about yourself? Now you get to color your alphabet chart. We have a poetry definition, a glossary, basically. Y'all know this guy I'm speaking to y'all right now. The artist is Trey Wilkes. These are sketches. He's normally drawing murals across the city of Greensboro and Washington right now. Like I mentioned, we started the program. It came to me as a vision in 2010. And from there, we have presented over 15 now. This is the last event we have. 15 events through Kids Poetry Basketball. Our last event was April 27th at the UNCG's Kaplan Center. We built a relationship with them. We built a lot of relationships in the city of Greensboro with Guilford County schools, communities and schools. We actually do a lot of work with communities and schools. They would give us a number of schools. We contract with them, and they would give us a number of schools. The 4 schools that we worked with for this past spring was Archer, Bessemer, Washington, and Wally Elementary Schools. We take the kids through an 8-week program, and we have a final project. The final project is basically to measure the success of the program and get the communities to see, you know, what the kids have learned. Their parents get to allow their parents to see what the kids have learned, and that's when we bless them with the sneakers and the jerseys. And a lot of people are like, "How are you buying these kids Jordans?" I literally buy the kids Jordans, like literally. I raise money and buy the kids Jordans. And we get books from the International Civil Rights Center and Museum. We buy them jerseys. We have other organizations participate, like Deep Roots Market. They would provide healthy snacks, because that speaks to the other aspect of kids poetry basketball, which is combating childhood obesity. So that's why we have the kids running, exercising. So it's like so many parts of kids poetry basketball, right? As you're hearing, it's more than, that's why I said it's more than just a literacy program. It is a holistic program to develop kids' whole body. And the purpose of, I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I'm the only black person here. I want to be real with y'all. There's a reason why this is here. And I'm going to leave y'all with one of my poems, all right? And I mention that because my stage name as a poet is Universal Mathematics. And like I said, I grew up as a Jehovah's Witness. So my idea of race is completely different from a lot of people because of my background. I'm used to being around all kinds of people, everyone. And it's universal because I'm for everyone. And I go to Unity in Greensboro because we are for everyone. And that's the reason why this picture is here. This program is not a black program, even though we do serve 98% of our kids because of the work that we do with communities and schools are in black schools, period. But we have presented kids poetry basketball at Canterbury School, Greensboro Day, a number of white schools, because I purposely I'm making sure that this program is not looked upon as a black program. That's the reason why we partnered with UNCG, the Swarm. The Swarm actually gave me an award on March 21st, a captain in the community. That was beautiful. Awards of excellence, like I mentioned, blesses us tremendously. Other organizations are the City of Greensboro Parks and Recreation. We do a lot of work with them. Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club, we do a lot of work with them, and doing a lot of work with them. And this summer, the Greensboro Housing Authority, we have a number of programs with them this summer. Black Child Development, Mount Zion Baptist Church, the Community Foundation of Greater Greensboro is one of our biggest supporters, our biggest donors. And I'm checking my time real fast. Okay, at 3 minutes, all right.
I just want to make sure we leave a couple minutes for questions.
Okay, thank you. The Weaver Foundation, UNCG School of Nursing, they present Michelle Balmer's Healthy, Let's Move Healthy Plate presentation. UNCG's basketball team buys us sneakers for the kids. Partnership Village, my fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, we are building kids poetry basketball. We have been doing a lot of work. That's why our slogan on our t-shirts is Greensboro's Great Idea for Literacy. My goal today is to give you that information, and hopefully we can receive some support for our summer programs. We have a number of summer programs that I literally just do for free and raise the money from fundraisers, for opportunities like this, to go to the Salvation Army, and they don't have any money for kids poetry basketball, but I will raise the money to pay my staff to do the program. We have events in the park, and I go out and get these sponsors to pay our staff to do the work. So that's why I'm hoping for today, y'all support in that manner. Any questions?
We've got time for one question.
Yes.
How large is your staff and how many kids do you serve in a year or in a summer or whatever?
So we have served over 4,000 kids to this date. And normally we average about every 3 months with communities and schools, we average 60 to 65 kids. And that also involves a little bit, those are the stable amount of kids that come to us on a regular basis. Now, when we have events at the LaBarre Park and different other events, there are a number of other kids that participate.
Clement, thank you. I want to ask if you would draw a, we'll do that in just a second. You know, with our theme for the Rotary